Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Um. So yeah, this is the second review of today. I'm actually gonna try to keep it going. I want to keep it going, kind of like having a whole bunch of train cars connected. So the last album review I did was for the Lo-Fi Kingdom album. This album is kind of tied to that in the sense that it also happens to feature music from Zelda, but there's a reason why that last album review was so long. It's because I was laying down the foundation and the understanding of the importance of Zelda's music in general. So the album that I'm looking at right now is an album that dropped in 2011, and then there's also a part two to this album that dropped in 2013. And I'm gonna knock out both of those albums right now. So the album we're talking about today is called Fly-Rule by Shag. This album dropped in 2011. So this dropped a long time ago. And I found out about this album way after it dropped. I can't remember what year I found out about this, but I started listening to this album like way after it dropped. One thing I really like about this album is it does remix Zelda songs, and a lot of them happen to be songs from the game I mentioned in the previous one, which is Ocarina of Time, which came out on N64 way back in the day. And another thing I like about this album too is I believe this artist used one of the instruments that I own. I believe, and I might be wrong about this, but I believe that he used a drum pad. So Afro Samus, who me and him hosted the Biohazard RX12 episode. Me and him are both familiar with this album because whenever I first heard it, I sent it to him so that he could peep it too. But without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into the tracks because I did a whole bunch of explanation in the last album review, and a lot of that stuff still stands with this album too. I think there's probably one or two songs that are the same. Let's see, how do I say it? So I think that there's probably one or two songs that are remixes of the same songs that were in the last album review. So when we go down here, there's Fly-Rule and there's Fly-Rule A Terrible Fate. One of my favorite Zelda songs is actually on that second one, the Fly-Rule A Terrible Fate. So the last album that I reviewed was a lo-fi album. This one is more hip hop. My favorite song out of this whole album is going to be the first song that we play, which is Gerudo Valley. Listen to how this dude did this. Hold up. Let's go back. So I'm sure you can even do this too. You can go find the Gerudo Valley song from Zelda Ocarina of Time, or you can even find a video of someone just playing the game, and it's going to play that. And that wind blowing sound in the back, I think that's from a different part of the song. But the way he arranged it, the reason why I like this album so much is not just the way he flipped the beats, but it's because of the arrangement. The album cover itself is also fire as fuck. This has the old Zelda Game Boy box, but he switched it to say his name, which is Shag. Shout outs to Shag. He's an artist I'm not too familiar with, but I remember right after I found this album, it turns out he was performing out here. I think he had a show in Hollywood when I first found out about him. Not long after I found this album, I think he had a show in Hollywood. But anyone who's played Zelda Ocarina of Time is gonna be familiar with this song, but you gotta listen to the way he turned it into a hip hop beat. I'm starting from the beginning. I love this track. This is a banger, by the way, a fucking absolute banger. They got the strategy guide in the picture too. This is crazy. Got a monkey wrench. Got an old radio in the back. These are all sounds from the game, by the way, that he threw in here. Yeah, the way you brought it back is so sick. Yeah, people don't understand. Like, that's the best flip of Gerudo Valley I've ever heard. That's the one with the most identity from the original song that I've ever heard. So by the titles, if anyone is familiar with Zelda Ocarina of Time, just like the last album I reviewed, like when you look at the titles, I'm sure you could already see like what songs look familiar. Forest Temple, Lost Woods, Spirit Temple. I remember the Spirit Temple. Yeah, there you go. Like that's the Spirit Temple right there. The fucking Spirit Temple. Like this is so fire. Like people don't understand how this shit brings me back to like 1998. And it, man, like these are Nintendo 64 songs that came from one of them like people don't understand today, you millennials, you don't understand how it used to be when you had a cartridge and the shit wouldn't work and you had to blow air into it and insert the shit back in. These are songs from those days, and he took them songs and turned them shits into some banging hip-hop beats. This is Spirit Temple. Forest Temple. Yeah, for those who remember that sound too, Forest Temple. Like this shit's crazy, bro. Like there's a reason why I reviewed these albums back to back. Like Zelda has a massive like a massive musical influence, and like a lot of people have memories with these songs, which is why a lot of them got flipped. But this dude, he turned them into hip-hop beats though, so I gotta put respect on this. Like, this ain't easy either. Like, these are songs that have interference, and he chose the right songs to add drums to and bass and all that. Yeah, it's too wavy. It's too wavy. People who remember this song remember this part too. Ganondorf. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, like if you remember that song, you remember all those sounds. Like, it's just bringing you back to all that shit. The Twin Norva theme, I can't remember that or the Bolero on Fire, but I remember the Twin Norva being fire. You know what? Actually, I think I do remember Twin Norva. I think they're the two witches that you fight in Gerudo Valley, and I might be wrong about that. I gotta check later. I like how every track sounds different. Like, it's not the same hip hop beat. It's not the same flip. It's not the same arrangement. Like, he really switched it up. He went ham on this. Yeah, this is too good. It's too good. Yeah, I think this is the two witches. Damn, I don't know how. I gotta go find a video, but I think this is the two witches. Yeah, I mean this album, it's stacked. It's stacked with fire. The title theme is fire as fuck too. I just didn't play that one. Lost Woods, I can't really remember the Lost Woods from Ocarina of Time, and Bolero on Fire. I think that one was dope too. But we're gonna skip to Flyrule, A Terrible Fate. So this one, it came out 2 years later, but this one isn't necessarily like a sequel. This is him flipping just songs from different Zeldas. But my favorite track is this one. We're just gonna play this. This is the bonus track for this album review. Yeah, the drums on this are perfect. They couldn't be better. They couldn't be. I'm glad he ended the album with this. This one's a statement. Because I think he was playing this part, because this part ain't in the song. This is the instruments that they play in the song, but I think he's playing this. Yeah, that right there, when you throw the pause in, that's basically telling people you can't fuck with me. So without further ado, I'm just gonna end it right there. Like, if you happen to have Spotify, these albums came out a while back, but go peep them, and then also go peep his new stuff. This artist, this is Shag. Since then, he has other albums. I remember I think I peeped some of the Haunted Chinese Restaurant, but I haven't heard Doubt. I don't think this one was up. I don't remember Hermit being up either. So though, damn, that's crazy. Let me think about this. So these albums, they dropped a while back, but I don't think they were added to Spotify till a little bit more recently then. Because I remember it being these two albums and Haunted Chinese Restaurant. I don't remember. I think maybe Me Again was up. But go peep it. Shout outs to Shag. So far, these have been the best flips. Some of the best flips I've heard of songs from Ocarina of Time. Like the way he did them too. He kept the instruments and everything in it, so it still has that familiarity to it. But these are classics, straight up. Like, these are like whenever I'm about to do a Biohazard tournament on the SSBU on Nintendo Switch, I usually listen to this album like an hour before. It just gets me in the mood, basically. But be on the lookout. If you happen to have Discord, go to my Twitch. So here's the thing. If you happen to have Discord and you want to find my Discord, you go to the links in my bio. One of them is going to be a Spotify playlist, which is the playlist where it has songs from all the albums I review. There's also going to be a link for my Twitch channel, which in my Twitch channel and the offline page is going to be a box that you click to access the Discord. The Discord is hidden for a reason. But within that Discord, I do post events, and one of them is whenever I do the Biohazard RX. Not the Biohazard. Whenever I do the Biohazard tournaments on SSBU. So sometimes we'll be running Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and like a whole bunch of people hop in because of the tournament rules that I set. Like, sometimes I'll be on there fighting people for hours, because I'm basically fighting people until everyone signs off, so I can just close the room without anyone just being left out. So be on the lookout for that. Go peep these albums. Peep my last album review. After that, go to my playlist tab and look at every single playlist and just take note of it for in case if you're ever bored. I have hours and hours and hours and hours of content on my YouTube channel, because I've been doing my YouTube channel for a long ass time. I know a lot of people think that I don't know what I'm doing for some reason. I have everything set up to always be monitoring whether my audio is working, all that. That's the reason why I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking to make sure that all my audio and everything is in check. I have a video with someone else that's on their channel, not mine, that is over 15K views. So I've been doing this for a while. It's not something new to me. This ain't something I'm passionate about, which is why I announced that this is my last year doing this shit. I'm not passionate about YouTube. I don't care about YouTube. I don't want to conversate with people in comments. I really just want to get monetized so I could get a little bit of money to build a PC and start selling PCs to people who need it. Because for those who aren't familiar, a lot of people on YouTube have technical difficulties and all that shit. And we're basically just trying to stop that from happening. So the end goal for me is not being YouTube famous. The end goal for me is building PCs and selling them. So if you can, like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let your friends know, subscribe as well. It'll basically help make that dream possible. But if that shit don't happen this year, I'm out. I got other shit to do. I got clothes to make. I got canvases to make. I got canvases all around me that I painted. I got other shit to do, long story short. So if you enjoyed this, drop a like, tell your friends to subscribe, and be in tune for the next one. Peace out.